What's up everybody, I'm David Kraxberger and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making Asian style noodles. Now this is essentially like chow mein, I would think, but I don't necessarily know the parameters of a chow mein. And I don't want to be pissing off those people who are like, well this can't be that because that isn't in this. You know those people. So just to avoid all that, we're just going to call them Asian style noodles. And everybody's happy. Now, oftentimes when I'm out of food, I will go to the store. But a lot of those times, I don't have a plan in mind. And if I don't have like a list or an idea, I tend to just kind of wander about aimlessly. I'll end up looking at different kinds of flour for like 5 minutes. Until I snap out of it. And then I'll walk that way. And then I will run into some Tupperware, and then I will be like, do I need Tupperware? Anyway, needless to say, I am a terrible shopper. So in order to fight my TSD, I had to come up with a meal that I could go to right away if I hadn't prepared for the grocery store. Enter Asian style noodles. These are super cheap, super easy, and should be replacing your top ramens and your cup of noodles or your macaroni and cheeses. Because those aren't good for you, okay? Alright y'all, I think we're ready to get started. Alright, first you're going to want some nudes. Not the Nakey Pick kind, but the kind that you put in your mouth. We have chow mein noodles here, but the Asian section of your grocery store has plenty to choose from. And then you're going to need some frozen vegetables. I like using these just because they're easy and we're kind of going for simplicity here. These are chow mein style vegetables. Then I'm going to throw in some fresh cabbage because I like cabbage, so... Then you will need some teriyaki sauce. Now if you don't have any teriyaki sauce on hand, you can use soy sauce if you want. And you'll need some rice vinegar, some sesame oil, ground ginger and garlic powder, and then I like to throw on some toasted sesame seeds on top, but this isn't necessarily required. Alright, let's go ahead and put a skillet onto the stove and turn it up to about medium heat. Then we're just going to give it a light drizzle of oil. And we'll go ahead and add about half of our bag of frozen vegetables. And then give them a nice little pat here and make sure they are all evenly distributed in the pan. And while we're waiting for those to cook, we're going to cut into about a quarter of our cabbage and then just kind of roughly chop these down into smaller little pieces. Like this! Alright, our veggies have been on the stove for about 5 minutes, so we can go ahead and add our cabbage. Obviously you want to add the cabbage a little bit later because it's not frozen, so it's going to cook down quicker. And give that a nice stir and make sure that the cabbage is nice and mixed in with the other vegetables. Okay, so now we're going to take care of our noodles. So turn that skillet down to low, put a pot of water on the stove, and turn it up to high. And once you've got a nice rolling boil, like so, you can go ahead and turn this down a little bit to about medium-high. Now I'm going to take half of this package of chow mein noodles, this is about 2 servings, and add it into the boiling water. Now you're only going to want to cook this for about a minute or so because we want it to be al dente, which in Italian means not fully cooked it. I think. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Go ahead and drain these off and then add them to your skillet with your vegetables. Alright, now we're going to add about a tablespoon of rice vinegar, about a teaspoon of sesame oil, then I like to just give a nice little sprinkling of garlic powder, and the ground ginger. Now we'll go ahead and add about 1/4 cup of our teriyaki sauce, or soy sauce, depending on which you're using. You can up this amount or lessen this amount, just depends on how much you like that saucy flavor. If you want to add some heat, you can add a little bit of chili sauce or sriracha. Now you're going to want to give this a good, thorough stirring. You want to make sure that all the ingredients and all the flavors are nice and melded together. And once you've achieved that, just let it sit on the stove for a couple more minutes, then it'll be ready to serve. Cheers. Yeah, I could eat that all day, every day. Alright y'all, those are Asian style noodles. The recipe will be in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, whatnot, what have you. And as always, happy eating. And I will see you on the next episode of Vinegar.